Hello and how are you folks? It's Friday and a new movie just came out. Alien Romulus, if I'm saying that right. Okay, 1 hours and close to 2 hours basically of epic. Oh my god. I'm not one to watch horror films and I wouldn't recommend that to anyone to watch this type of content. But my god. Like when I watched Aliens, the very first one they came. I think this is the fifth one. The very first one that came out, I was terrified. I was younger, so it made sense. I think the first Alien film came out in 1980, somewhere there. I wasn't born there, but when I watched, like the first one I watched, I was terrified. Now I'm much older, much mature. It's probably one of the reasons why I don't watch horror films at all. But sometimes you watch a horror film and it's hyped up to be the most frightening thing you'll ever see, and then when you get to see it, it doesn't live up to the billing. But for this, to me, this lives up to the billing. I'm not gonna say I was terrified off my boots, but I will say there were a moment where I was startled, you know. And I have to say that I'm impressed with the visuals, the acting, the plot, the way it was written, the way it was directed. I don't usually praise filmmakers for this, but this was, god damn it, this was well made from start to finish. Now, of course, I have a few grievances like I always do, but I will say that this was brilliant. This was really brilliant. I mean, like, it's rare for me to actually watch a film or series for that matter and not want it to end and want more elements of it to be incorporated. That is a rarity. And when it happens, it's moment like this. When you watch a film about aliens and it's just a breath of fresh air in terms of entertaining. It's just perfect. I really must say that this is really good. It came out on Friday. It just came the fuck out. And I have to say that this was amazing. I mean, like, at first, I'm a little taken aback. I mean, like, when is this film actual plot setting? When is it? Because they seem to have superior technology. They have artificial human beings like androids, but the equipment and the stuff that they're using, like the machinery, it seems to be 80s like vibe. It's like it was pulled off an 80s film. The buttons, the styles, the way it's made, it's got the vibe. And but somehow they've managed to modernize the film at the same way. It's got a classic retro vibe to it. The costumes, the spacesuits, the ships. Yes, in modern day, in today in 2024, we do not have ships that do what those ships did. But in terms of cinema, this is an old film. It's a retro film. It's got that vibe. And I felt like this was well incorporated. That is, I felt like for only that reason I felt like the technology in terms of the ship, or basically the technology was still advanced compared to modern day like everyday life, but it had a retro vibe. Like I said, it had that 80s nostalgic type of technology to it, like the way the machinery and stuff is made. But the aliens themselves, bruv. I mean, like this film is, for me, it's a PG film, fam. This is not a kid or anything like that. But when you look at it in a deeper sense, it's got a bunch of alien, scorpion-looking like creatures who, forgive me for what I'm about to say, whose sole goddamn mission is to procreate. And all they doing, all they're attempting to do, basically, you could see, wait, where's the camera? Right. You could literally see right there. Right. Where is it? Right. Oh, right there. There it is. I'm always confused about the direction. It's a mirror effect. Like where you're trying to point is always the opposite, but I'm always doing right. Like, right there, you see that creature on her face. That's a female. That's a female. That's a scorpion-like creature, and it's putting its tongue. I'm just gonna say dick. that's apparently in its mouth. I'm assuming. And it just comes in your mouth, in your belly, fam. And when it comes in your belly, for those few seconds is on your face, ejaculating in your face, coming in your face. A new breed is born. And the creature that comes out of that thing, it's twice the size of you, fam. And I'm assuming it's like born out of the human being. It incorporates some of your genes, and the beauty of this, when I saw that creature, the alien itself, its teeth grinning, it's drooling, fam. I was like, oh my god, it's about to eat these people. It does not do that, fam. That is wow. Now, I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about the Alien franchise. I've probably watched one Alien film, if I remember correctly, and I didn't like it that much because I was fucking terrified. And I think I don't know, 10? Who knows? So, with that being said, I don't recognition of it made me sit at the edge of my seat and be pissed, be enraged at the actors, and be like, what are you doing, fam? Don't do that. You're gonna die. And that for me was brilliant. That for me was God. I don't know what's going on here. I might have oh damn, this is bad. OBS just disconnected, so I don't know what's going on. The network is off. Why is the network off? Oh my god. This better. Why does it say no access to internet? Okay, successfully reconnected. So we're back online. I don't know why we disconnected, fam, but we're back online. I don't know how that affects the stream, but I've got delay, so it's probably not gonna affect the stream that much. Hopefully. Anyway, as I was saying, that oh my god, I lost my train of thought because I was a little bit worried because I assumed my stream was disconnecting because OBS just popped out a screen on my screen, not you can't see it saying disconnected, but it reconnected, so it's all good. Anyway, as I was saying, like I was furious at the actors for certain moments where I was like, what are you doing, fam? You shouldn't do that. And these moments made me feel like this was a good movie because it's rare for me to be upset at the actors and want them to make different, better life choices. And they piss me off to the point where I'm screaming on my own like a crazy lunatic. Is brilliant. When I first stumbled on the first few scenes before I know he's an android, I'm like, oh my god, there's a black guy in this, and he seems to be a bit of an autistic. He seems to be a bit, you know. So I'm like, oh my god, we're getting our first autistic person in an alien film. I hope he doesn't die faster. That's me. And then I later find out he's a android who's missing some sort of chip in his head that sort of making him in like learning everything like a child. He's building his own shit. And towards the middle of the film, they implant a chip that sort of brings him back to his primary settings, and he reboots, he updates the system, and he becomes sufficient, influential, critical, brilliant, awesome, amazing. A critically thinking machine who's focused on logic, not emotion. A proper android. Now, there are moments where, like, the actors or the characters are stuck in between two doors, and this alien creature is grinning, fam, drooling, about to devour this woman. And her man, her boyfriend, the baby, the father, the baby daddy, whatever you want to call it, is opposite to her, fam. And there's literally these amazing alien doors on alien ships or spaceships that usually just, those revolving doors in a way. Is that a revolving door? I think I could be using the wrong word. And this Andy character is the only person whose finger, because he's synthetic, can open these doors because his DNA is incorporated into he's like a key in a way. And everyone's like, open the goddamn door, Andy. And he's calculated and he's realized that opening the door would doom everyone. And he says, no. And this girl dies for a moment. I think she's dead. Because this film is full of plot twists. Moments where you think that happened. But I'm sorry, my dude. It did not happen. What you think happened did not happen. And that, my friend, is what made this film brilliant for me. Let me put this right. I felt like I was bamboozled this entire film. I mean, like, it's amazing. This film is perfect. This film is what you expect from an alien film. This was just right. There's no super soldier in this. It's just a bunch of kids trying to get to a certain location. This ship, and they try to scavenge a few parts that could get them to where they need to go. And unbeknownst to them, they unleash chaos. They unleash horrors beyond their wildest dreams on themselves. And when they have a moment of clarity, a second where they could save themselves, and all they have to do with revolutionary has become the pillar of strength, has become a genius. And they don't listen to this man. And by failing to do that, they fail themselves. And by failing themselves, they should have just listened to this Andy fella and they would have been fine, but they chose not to. And it just brought this film into beautiful. Now, I don't know if they're going to make another film of Alien. Because to me, I feel like this story is finished. I don't see it being another chapter. But there are those little serums that they have on that ship. Wherever that ship is going, if someone injects that thing in their system, oh my God, hell will break loose, fam. Hell will break loose. And I'm seeing a long line of... I could see a sequel out of this if they're intelligent enough to make it. But I'd be pissed at the characters for allowing a sequel to be made. Because there's one thing that makes it a sequel. And I just hope they tossed that shit out of that ship before they went into, what is this thing? Theasis? You know, this thing where you sleep in a capsule for 6, 7, 8 years to preserve food and stuff so that you don't move around the ship. I just hope they do that. But anyway, I'm having a few network issues, so the network keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. But hopefully, because I have this delay thing, it's not coming as direct as it is to you, so maybe you don't notice it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like and sub button. I appreciate you. Go watch this movie. It's out on theaters. Alien, Romulus, if I'm saying that name right. I love it. I'm gonna give it fucking 5 stars, fam. That's how much I loved it. I should give it 4. I wish they made a series out of this somehow. I don't know why, but I feel like I needed more of it. Like maybe 3 episodes. I needed more. Like 3 episodes worth an hour. I mean, I feel like I needed more of it. But I'm not disappointed in the way it ended. I'm not disappointed in the way it started. I'm not disappointed in the, in the way it's made. I've got tons of questions on why certain things happened, but they don't take away from the beauty of the film. So